Inside the ball, life on Earth. There's four things we all want in life: security, peace, love, and happiness. And we all might take a different path in life to get there, but we are all reaching for the same goal. The human brain is a powerful thing. If only we knew how strong and powerful, magnificent we truly are, and learn how to unlock and reveal and access all the hidden gifts we truly have, and know all of the true amazing things we can do just with our mind. Our imagination is one of our greatest powers and gifts we have. Everything around you, your home, outside, your toys, phone, TV, car, the power of electricity running throughout the world. Someone imagined those things and made it real. Everything we see and use in our everyday lives was thought of and manifested just by imagination. With the right mindset and attitude and determination, you can make your imaginations come to life and become a reality. Stay focused, have faith, and believe in yourself. Imagine what you want in life and really want it, and make it a reality. No matter what life throws at you, no more excuses, no more waiting. Just do it. Deep down, you already know what you must do in order to move forward. No more hiding, no more wasting time. See your vision and make it come true. You deserve it. We write our own story. We can make and do anything if you set your mind to it and have faith and believe in ourselves. We can all have happy endings. You can do so much more in life if you learn how to truly control and access the deepest parts of your brain. Unleash your third eye. Unleash the secrets and become aware of the true power inside and how to use it and control it. Right now, you are stuck, trapped in a cycle in life. You feel like you will never get out. Struggling financially, perhaps. No matter what you do or how much you try to save, you never seem to get ahead. One of life's many tricks, and unfortunately just part of the game. But don't worry, you're not alone. There is a way to escape the cycle. Continue listening to find out some tips, motivation, inspiration, and ways to help better your life. The story you're about to read and listen to, well, actually not a story, I guess. Just a bunch of random thoughts and things I have experienced through my journey inside the ball on this planet here we call Earth. But in a way, yes, I guess it is a story. A part of my story. And some parts I'm sure you can or will relate to. As you continue to read and listen, you may notice that there are no chapters, and it's all mixed with different types of topics, comments, sayings, or quotes of all the things that I have seen or witnessed, remembered, experienced, believe in, heard, and learned. All both positive and negative things. And basically just all of my random thoughts and opinions I have in my everyday life. It may seem all random and spread all over, and a bit confusing to follow, but I try my best to put it in a way that you can understand. Like I said, the majority of the things you're about to listen to is all of my random thoughts and opinions that came to my head during the day or at night when I couldn't sleep, as I'm sure most of us can probably relate to, those who have insomnia, but I just chose to write them down on paper. And that's just to warn you, there may be some things in here you may not agree with or think otherwise. A big part of this story here is about the cold truth and how the world really is, and the things we all experience in life. Some of you may not like to hear this or come to reality of how things really are. Although it may seem like everything is spread all over, and some topics may be brought up more than once, I'm sure you will be able to follow if you just continue to listen, and I hope you do. As I said before, it could seem confusing, but hey, so is life for many, right? So if you're ready, here's a tour of what goes on inside my mind. It's funny how life works, don't you think? You are born without a choice. You don't choose your family, home, or path until you're older. We grow, learn, experience, teach as much as we can. No matter where you come from, or how much one failed or succeeds in this life, we all end up 6 feet under eventually. No one knows when, or maybe some do, but it will, it must happen at some point. Some are fortunate whether they are born in a wealthy family, or just destined to have a good life, or maybe just natural born leaders. But some are not so lucky. Sometimes I believe life gets it backwards or makes the wrong choice. Those who are wealthy, fortunate, and have everything they ever wanted, never have to worry about anything, can be some of the most ungrateful, cruelest, nastiest, heartless, selfish people on the planet. But I'm not saying all of them are like that, just some. Or those who are poor, struggles every day, constantly worrying where or if they will survive or make it through the day, week, or month, can be the most caring, humblest, open-armed people in the world. Some who would give away their last dollar just to help one in need, and would always put others before them. The reason I help people so much is because I know how it feels to be alone, or have no support, feel hopeless, and I don't want others to feel that way. I sometimes wonder, why is that? To be honest, I'm always wondering, why does it have to be this way? And I know people will answer by saying simply those who work hard and go for it are the ones that make something out of it and have a successful life and will accomplish their goals. All that work pays off, obviously. While those who don't work as hard, well, just have to live with the basics in life and are lucky enough just to get by in their everyday life. But that is not always the case. Some people who work harder than others don't always get the same what other hard workers in life may get. Maybe because from a family or friend to help them on their way, or get a head start, knowing the right person or people to talk to or work for, knowing the secret to success, the race of the person, or just cheating the system and taking it from those who really earned it. So yes, I say the world is unfair. People will always play dirty to get what they want, no matter how hard you work for that dream or how much you play by the rules. Everyone can't be a winner. There will always be someone who thinks they are better than you, deserves it more than you, worked harder than you, or will know someone to help them go against you to ensure they get it, simply because they are a close friend, family, or dislike you. No matter if you are better, even them knowing it. It's always about power, control, business, and deals. So sometimes I feel no matter how good and pure-hearted a person may be, at times you just have to play dirty and play the same game everyone else is, even knowing that there may be consequences. You just have to take that risk for you to get what you know you deserve, for you and your family to have a good, beautiful, and happy life. The world is a scary, awful, dangerous, heart-crushing place that will make a lot of us who live here feel hopeless. Although some might feel just the complete opposite and look at it as their personal playground and would like to control and pull the strings as they watch their puppets grant and perform their every wish. I try to think positive and wonder what good the world has to offer. Let's name a few. We have amazing animals and creatures on this planet, which can be the most loyal, honest, beautiful, and innocent of them all. Beautiful lands, places some will die to see. Some of Mother Nature's amazing and beautiful natural structures. Caves, rivers, oceans, mountains, trees, flowers, plants, fresh air, the sky, the sun, our moon. That's pretty much all I can think of. The rest we created and built to see how far the human race can go and what we can accomplish. Which, to be honest, we have created and built some amazing things to keep us busy in our everyday life, or to interact and communicate with such things as people, animals, artificial intelligence, technology, the universe, aliens perhaps. But we also have negative things, and a lot more of it. People can be monsters, and it's not easy finding those monsters. We have an ability to disguise ourselves so we can hide who we truly are. People are evil, who kill, rape, steal, and lie just to get what they want. But is it really their fault? This world is so corrupted that it is so easy for the good ones to join the dark side when things are hard or don't go as planned. We have things that can kill us. We make things to kill us. We invent weapons, toxins, poisons, drugs, and for what? Money, power, control, success. The world is not a fair place, and that's something I have come to realize. It truly is a dog-eat-dog world, and it's all about survival of the fittest. Even though we have people who are born that will never stand a chance on this planet. Sad enough, it's just part of the game. Because if you really think about it, that's what this is. One big, scary game. And we are the pieces. and the world is our board. They say everything is temporary, so never get too attached. Our bodies are the shells we use to have some form in this world. And when we die, our souls move on to the next game until we get to the boss level, which some believe who is our creator. It really hurts to see people who constantly work every day and night to provide for one's family and survive in this cruel world. All at the same time when you have to try, are supposed to be spending time with family and friends, go on vacations together, explore the world, do things that make you happy, be there for each other, strive for success. People break up, families torn apart, loved ones run away or feel in love. No place to live because you can't afford rent, no food on the table because you don't have enough, lost your job because they have no way, all because of money. Isn't money supposed to make us happy and be the opposite of all this? I sometimes lose my train of thought. I miss the point of what I'm trying to say. But I know people understand the message that I'm trying to deliver. If you were born with a good life, then I am happy for you. And you should be grateful. I guess you're one of the lucky ones. People take things for granted in life and sometimes don't see what they have right in front of them, when others who are struggling and juggling life will do anything to have what they do. Being rich can mean two things. You can be rich with money and have everything you ever wanted, but still not be fully happy. Or some people are rich with love and family and will get through anything as long as they have each other, no matter what life throws at them. But it's also hard to be rich with family when you have to work and fight every day just to get by. We have people in this world who sacrifice their life and help others, or do jobs that some will consider gross, nasty, intolerable, dangerous, reckless, or inhumane. But it's a job, and some of those jobs that people do is what keeps us alive and food available for us to put on our tables and keeps the world going. I mean, someone has to do it, right? But sadly, at times, not get paid nearly enough for what it's worth. So, as others, such as celebrities, athletes, musicians, entertainers who play a sport, or sit in an office all day, who make or write movies, songs, or put on a show for your entertainment, make thousands or even millions, and live the good life, with no worries and your life taken care of. Maybe some do deserve it, maybe some don't. But if you think about it, is it really fair? Even if it does make sense. They provide the people with what they want and want to see or hear, and that's why the people pay for it, right? And not do the same for what the people need. Sometimes I wonder, are rich people really happy? I mean, why not? They should be. Having no financial worries, being able to do anything or go anywhere they ever wanted, buy everything and anything that makes them happy. Of course, only to those who invested and spent their money wisely and responsibly. But then I think being rich can also have a negative effect, because I have known, read, or seen articles and documentaries, even movies, of wealthy people ending their own life, or not living the so-called good life that you would expect. But why, I ask myself. I believe it's because humans can be difficult to please. Family and friends will take advantage as much as they can. Greed. Money is never enough. They always need more to be. and stay happy. Money can't buy you happiness, but it can buy you things that make you happy. They can turn on each other, use one another, pretend they care, or put on the most amazing show or act just to gain your trust, and simply are just plain greedy, all just to get into your pockets and take as much as they can, only until it's too late and they do not realize what they have just done, or the damage they have caused. And all the rich ever wanted was for family and friends to love and care about them, and not just for what they can do, or what they have, or what they can provide. But all the family did was just push them away, make them feel all alone. Even when you have them all there with you, depression takes over and thought starts to run all over your mind. I guess it all just depends on the people and family you have. Sometimes you're lucky, but I guess at times in the end, it will always come with the price. Just the fact of not knowing your family or friends' true intentions. Are they here for me? For my money, you ask yourself every day. And sometimes that can drive one mad and make them do the unthinkable. Some people believe we are all here for a reason and have a purpose. But unfortunately, many never know or have a chance to find out what exactly that is. They say we all have a gift or special talent. Luckily for a few, they find that talent or gift, while many don't or are still trying and searching. People say that the government controls everything and was once for the people, but now a lot believe that it is against the people and pretend to help or provide for us to get through life, but at the same time secretly destroying life, hurting our planet, controlling us, and killing as many people as they can, or pretending to be the good guys and doing what's best for us. Controlling the media and filling our minds with lies and only showing us what they want us to see, but not what's really going on. As I said before, sadly, we are all just play pieces and they control the game. It's all about money, power, control, and business. I know many people on this planet figured out that it's always the little guys who have to pay the price, while the big ones collect the treasure. When decisions have to be made about job cuts, layoffs, taxes, voting, building projects, permits for this and that, it always ends with the poor getting poorer and the rich getting richer. Inside the ball, there is good and there is evil. And without evil, there can't be good, and vice versa. We also have failure and success. And without failure, how can one succeed? People always tend to think that they are entitled to something, or that someone or the world owes them something, blaming others for how their life is, instead of taking responsibility for themselves, and just rather blame others because it's easier to put it on someone else. Now, I know a lot of people might not like to hear this, but the truth is, in reality, no one owes you anything. You would be miserable the rest of your life if you continue to wait for someone to give you something because they owe you. Now, I know every situation is different, and I'm not telling you how to live your life or how to handle a certain situation, but just know that sometimes in life, if you want something done, or you're waiting for someone to give you or do something because they owe you, don't waste your time, because you might be waiting for a long time. It's best to just go out and do or get yourself, and forget about thinking you're entitled to something. Move on with your life. Don't sit around waiting for someone to do something for you or give you something in life. You have to try and break that mindset and start doing things for yourself and help others simply because you have a good heart or are kind enough and want to help and not expect anything in return. Just a thought for you. I often think as I lay in my bed at night, why does, let's say, an individual who's a billionaire needs so much money? And I know that many wealthy people donate to charity, schools, churches, programs, and whatnot. But I ask, does that money really help the people they believe it's going to? Does that money really, and I mean really, help a certain individual where people change their life drastically, like never have to worry about financial issues ever again? Or does that money just give them a false hope and only a foot in the door to go get the basics, such as helping with the medical bill or any bill, rent, food, clothes, a job, and so on, then having them get right back in line? It's like a never-ending cycle. Why not help them more by making their dreams come true and provide a lifetime security, home, food, transportation, maybe a business of their own? You understand what I mean? Health will always be a problem. It's part of us. We get sick, lose our minds, catch diseases, grow old. We can't control that. Medicine, cures, vaccines will always be made. Why not use that money to help people succeed in life and be happy? I know for a fact that some of these organizations that receive a hefty donation don't always play fair and take advantage, meaning the people in charge always make sure they get first pick and help themselves first, hoping that no one will ever notice or realize. But does that change what that money is going for or being used for? Why is it we constantly hear, see, or read about this organization or charity that got a donation for this much? Obviously, some large sum of money, and it's being used for research, a cure, or supplies. Does that mean it's actually helping those in need? Why not just give them the financial aid to give them the best possibility in life and have them be happy with not having to worry about anything until their time is up? I'm sure there's plenty of money to go around for everyone to live happy and violent free when they already have what everyone is really after: money. But even with all that I just explained, I'm sure there will be pros and cons, just like everything else in life. Why have or pay for medical insurance if we still get charged a huge amount? Why isn't healthcare free? We all get sick and die eventually. Why must we pay for us to live? It's all about money. It's like we can't afford to live, and we can't afford to die. Why is it that we don't have cure for cancer or other serious diseases or viruses? Truth is, we do have cures. But why sell us a cure when they can keep selling medication, poison to you, and have you spend more money, make them more profits? Unless everything in the world was free, people will never change and will do anything they have to do for money, if it means to survive or be happy. Why does an extremely wealthy person need so much money for? If you think about it, a lot of that money goes to waste, when in reality, it can help so many other people in the world do good and be happy. I am pretty confident that there will be very little violence, less drugs, no war, no killing, fewer suicides. People won't be depressed, stressed, have anxieties, fewer health problems, just overall happier and peaceful world as it should be. I know this won't ever happen, at least in our lifetime, but it does not hurt to dream or imagine it being this way. We can accomplish the impossible if we all work together. But after all I just said now, it comes down to control and power, like always. This world needs a person in charge, police, or government, to ensure everyone plays by the rules and people stay and feel safe. But who are we kidding? Even when we do have those in place, there are still people scared to come out of their homes, go to school, go to work, or go out for fun. Because we have people killing people every day. Police brutality, corrupted government, whether it's from money issues, mental issues, personal issues, all in some way deals or involves money problems most of the time. Why have a system if it's broken and people do what they want just to feel like for once they are in control or can do something that will provide them with satisfaction or happiness? If the right people were in place of leadership or commands, I am sure the world can be so much safer when it's done the right way and we all have the same goal. Have a person in charge that truly understands that. This is the underworld. We are all stuck here until we pass on to something better or worse. Some may say or call it heaven or hell. It's as if we are trapped in limbo. Why do we work? To survive, obviously, no? We need money or income to feed ourselves and family, pay bills, keep a roof over our heads, power in our home, clothes on our back, fuel for our cars. But are you happy at your workplace? Are you really living your life the way you imagined? Everyone has a dream, but many are afraid to admit what that dream is or take the risk and go for it, due to fear of not believing it won't work out or believe it's a waste of time. And they have to be realistic because you have a family to feed. You can't take any chances. But if you want to make a change in your life, you must first make a decision today and take that first step. If you are not happy with what you're doing in life, your job, how your future looks, then I'm sorry, but that's exactly how your kids or future generation will end up, just like you. If they follow in your footsteps and work a job for money and not do what they love, nothing will ever change. And it will be a constant cycle until you or them change it for the better and follow your dreams to make you happy. You don't need to work 40 plus hours a week to spend on bills and food and not spend that amount of time or hours spending it with your loved ones, wishing that you had more time and moments with them. Because in reality, that's all that matters, are the little things and moments we have in life. Because before you know it, your job and money will always be there and be replaceable. But we as humans all turn into dust at one point, and sometimes it's too late. So many people work at a job where their manager or supervisor will never appreciate, notice, or value them. So many companies and businesses lose good employees due to having the wrong people in leadership positions. They will only ever care about the money that they're making and not do the same for the people who make it possible and are a big part and reason for that money coming in. From the day we die, from the day we are born to the day we die, out of 100%, we spend 15% of our lives going to school, learning and growing, 65% of it working, which is most of our life, and the last 20% we have left, we retire and live out the remainder of our life here. Only 20%. Do you see where I'm going with this? 65% of your life working a job you don't like or that does not bring you happiness. That's why it is so important that you do something that you love and enjoy. We can always get back a job or money, but you can never get back time or family. Life is too short to be worrying and stressing or sleeping all the time. At some point you will come to realize that life is not fair and the world is a cold place. People will be people and life goes on. You can't control what people say or do, but one thing you can control is your peace. You can't change a person for who and what they really are, but you can learn to accept and forgive and just move on and make the best of your life. If not, you will be driving your mind mad and begin to lose control of the one thing you own, which is yourself. It is impossible, no matter how much or how hard you try, to please everyone in your life. And believe me, I speak from self-experience. It's okay to help others in need from time to time, but remember, just because you're a good person does not mean those you are helping will help you and give you the same treatment. You will only let yourself down and become everyone else's sponge, who will absorb all the problems and negative things going on in their life, and you will be stuck with it until you yourself can find someone else to squeeze it all out on and take the weight off your shoulders. You yourself will become lonely, depressed, emotional, hopeless, and just plain sick and tired of being tired and sick. Feeling all alone, even when surrounded by friends, family, and just feeling like not knowing what is wrong or how to describe your thoughts and feelings. Sadly, so many humans deal with this and live like this every day, and you may never know what is really going on behind that fake smile they put on just to show strength and make it seem like everything is okay. You cannot help others if you yourself are broken. You must first take control of your life and health and make sure you're happy and well. Little by little, step by step, day after day, make some progress, no matter how small. Don't put things off for tomorrow that can be done today. It all starts with you. You are the only one who can choose what path in this life you want to take. If you are not happy with your current life situation, then it's time to make a change, don't you think? Take out anything that makes you unhappy and replace it with something that does. You are the operator of your vessel, the captain of your ship. Take charge. Now I know it's a lot easier said than done, but hey, so are a lot of things in life. But you have to start somewhere and not be afraid of change, and just take that leap of faith. Try new things, meet new faces, travel the world, explore. The world is such a big, beautiful place. Don't waste your time settling for less. Don't be afraid to move out of your hometown. Don't trap yourself in a bubble. Take risks, take chances. You will never know what your life could have been if you never took that chance. Sometimes you have to risk it to get the biscuit. Remember, life is short. Don't waste yours. You only live once. Make it worthwhile. The world is changing constantly every day. So many new inventions and technology that make it seem like anything is possible. Also exciting and terrifying at the same time. We were not put on this earth just to grow old, work, pay bills, taxes, and die. We are here to have fun and enjoy this planet, learn from it, experience it, and protect it. It is a shame that this world will never be what it could be. Why are we here? Who created us? What is the point of living? Those are the questions that every person has at least once asked themselves. And also the questions that we may never really know the answer to. But I believe in some way that we all have our own answers. You ever overthink too much? Yes? Well, me too. I overthink everything, and at times that can be good or bad. But that's just how I am. In life, I realize that sometimes people don't really have a lot of friends, but just know a lot of people. And I know I am one of them. Have you ever looked at someone that you used to care for and get along with, but now you dislike them and just feel disgusted from their presence? I have a few people in my life who I once trusted and liked, but now I feel anger and hatred towards them based on the fact of how unfair they have been to me, or played me, used me, or betrayed me, wasted my time. But it's just another thing that's part of life that we all must go through and deal with and experience at some point. It's hard finding good, loyal, trustworthy people in the world. If you do have yourself a good partner or person in your life now, make sure you treat them the way you would want to be treated, and thank them and appreciate them. Life is so unfair. You can be the kindest, hardest working person, most humble, loyal, and always lending a hand and being there for others. But when it comes down for the time when you need help or a favor, no one is ever to be found. Good, hard-working people really need a break, don't you think? You ever had one of those laughs where your face hurts, you can't breathe or take anymore? Those are my favorite types of laughs. I think we all need one of those laughs at least once a day. Laughter and joy makes you live longer and have less stress off your mind and body. And it's also good for the soul. It's hard to find someone to talk to and share your thoughts and true feelings with. And someone who understands your pain and not someone who just listens to you just to gossip to others or spread rumors. Or because they don't want to seem like they don't care, you know? Things you try to keep personal or private should only be told to people you know you can trust or feel comfortable with not judging you. We all have a battle we are dealing with, you know? Everyone has a story. Some are sad and some are happy. Life can suck at times, but it can also be amazing and a blessing. You just have to get through the bad and hard days and look forward for the good ones and a better future. Just keep doing your best and keep fighting. It would all be worth it in the end. Just don't lose hope or focus. Stay positive. Life is too short to overthink things and stress, and it's already unfair and so hard. Sometimes you just have to say screw it and live your life. Be the best version of yourself, and don't let anyone or anything hold you back. Enjoy it and cherish it. Be happy. Be kind. Treat others the way you would want to be treated. You understand? Spread the love and good vibes, and just stay positive. Have a good attitude and a good heart. You ever feel unloved or unappreciated? Life can be busy. I know life sucks at times, and people don't say or forget to say things to you like, thank you, I appreciate you, or I love you. I just want to remind you and tell you that you are, so you don't forget, and in case others haven't told you yet, or don't say it often. All I ever was just a loving man who wanted nothing but love back, and true love, and to be able to make others happy, talking to each other, working out our problems, and trying our best to make it work every day, and not giving up. But it's hard to find people like that who match your love and mindset. I sometimes wonder if something is wrong with me. Am I crazy? Or is the world crazy? We all have a little voice in our head that tells us to do things. We all have our own opinion and thoughts that others may not agree with. We all have some sort of knowledge that we try to teach or pass on to others just from self-experience. I realize as you get older and spend more time with people in the world, you learn a lot about the true meaning of life and who you truly are and how the world really is. Everyone sees the world different in their own way. Not everyone thinks the same. Just because you may know how to do something, even if it's easy, simple, or basic common sense, does not mean other people you know or meet can or should know how or should be able to do the same. Knowledge is power. Not too many people in today's world are educated on a lot of things, or don't have access to books or computers, teachers. Our future generations does not look too bright. There is a handful of people that may never had the chance or opportunity to try and learn and teach and educate themselves. And having common sense will not always be there. We are all different, but yet the same. Our brains think different and process things different than each other. We are all at a different point or stage in our life. It's just because someone may seem ahead of you does not mean you're behind in life. You just have not reached that point or chapter yet. All you have to do is keep moving forward at your own pace. Stay focused and do your best. I sometimes catch myself trying to explain something to a person, and they will look at me with confusion and not believing or understanding what point I'm trying to make. So at times I tend to keep to myself or don't say much around people because they just may think I'm crazy, or I don't want anyone to feel awkward or uncomfortable. But then I realize my brain and my mind is a bit more advanced than other people. I'm not saying I'm a genius, just educated on more things. I'm more aware and I have a better understanding. At times I feel like I have a sixth sense or more and can tell or predict what is going to happen. I can play things out in my head and see every scenario that can happen and the outcome. I can read people's body language and feel their energy. Meeting someone for a few minutes, I can tell what type of person they are and lifestyle they have. I sometimes see things coming that others don't. I can see the pain people try to hide behind a smile. I can feel or tell when someone isn't okay. I can tell when someone is lying or being truthful. I can at times make out people's true intentions. I can see the troubles people have gone through. I can put myself in others' shoes and feel what they feel. I can understand their life and the experiences they have been through. I can understand and see what others don't or can't. I am woke. At times I feel as if my purpose on this earth is to help others who were once lost like me or are lost, to help understand and guide them through life. Give them hope and faith that there is so much more to life and this world has so much more to offer. Show them that life can be better. Help them open their eyes and understand and see the world for what it is and what it can be. I must admit, it is very difficult and frustrating at times when I try to share my knowledge and understanding to someone who thinks I am crazy, maybe a know-it-all, or make no sense, and look at me like I have no clue what I'm talking about. But I try not to get upset, because as I said before, they just don't have that mindset yet, and have not yet experienced that part in their life. But one day, it will come. They will see what I try to explain to them. They just need some more time. Sometimes people don't want to hear what you have to say or when you try to give them advice, because in reality, at times the truth hurts. The universe is always changing and communicating with us. But not everyone is sensitive enough or in tune to sense those messages and understand the meaning. Have you ever seemed to notice a sign or sequence of numbers repeating itself throughout your day? For me, I notice that when I tend to look at the time, it seems to read at 9:11 or 11:11, whether it be day or night. And I see those numbers multiple times, and I ask myself, is this a sign? Am I crazy? Is this a coincidence? I believe seeing those times or numbers again and again is not much of a coincidence as you may think. Nothing in this universe is random. I believe this is synchronicity. Something that repeats itself is a sign, a message perhaps, that wants to catch your attention, especially if it's a number pattern or numeric sequence. You're waking up and breaking away from egocentric thinking patterns. I realize that I am capable of much more than I am experiencing in my life. Why do I keep seeing these numbers and patterns, I ask myself. Although we most likely associate 9/11 with an emergency or possible danger and something negative, not a lot of people are aware of or familiar with angel number 911, which conveys a different meaning. I believe, in my opinion, remember we all have our own, that the most important reason for seeing these numbers in this sense is that I have acquired a higher level of awareness, or that I am about to. I am beginning the greatest adventure of my life, and that I no longer live for myself, but for something greater than me. With courage and perseverance, I believe in myself. I choose to believe that I can do anything I set my mind to, and that goes for anyone. And I know this is a fact. I begin to realize that I am unique, with special gifts and talent. I begin to act towards my desires. If I can think it, I can do it. Doors begin to open, and the entire universe conspires to help me with my desire. Once I take action, everything that I have been seeking is also seeking me. I begin to realize that all the answers I seek are really found within me. And when I am consciously aware of this truth, the universe brings to me the ideas and people I require to accomplish my goals and mission. I decide to let go of old habits and choose better ways to spend my time in order to form a new character that supports my true inner self and the universe. As I said before, it is time to take the wheel and become the captain of your ship. Make waves, create ripples outwards to start the change that positively impacts the whole world or even just one person. Always try to be the best version of yourself. You need to continue to learn, grow, and strive for the better. You naturally absorb energy and reflect traits of the people around you. You have the choice to create your own success and happiness by spending time with the right people who can help you get to the next level in your life. If you're the smartest person in your group, how are you supposed to motivate yourself to be better? The person or people in your group are learning from you, but who are you learning from? So whenever you see 9/11 or a constant pattern or sequence, it's time to take the first step in the next cycle of your life. Who is going to help you become the best version of yourself? Remember, your journey is yours to travel alone, and it's personalized just for you. It is up to you to choose which pathway is yours and where it leads. Your decision will set the pavement for your future self. You are what you choose today. For me, seeing 9/11 and 11/11 is a positive message. I believe it's telling me that I am exactly where I need to be in life. All I need to do is trust how my life unfolds. The world around me may be crazy and chaotic, but with trust, I know it's just a play or a game, and that I am in it. We all are. I understand that the physical world is made up of energy, and I have a new attitude about the entire universe. I know now who I truly am, and nothing can stop me. So when you see a pattern or sequence that repeats throughout your day, my message is to stay positive and be grateful for this exact moment, because my trust for the future directs blessings my way. This trust allows me to have new experiences that opens my heart to a higher purpose. I trust and believe that each experience in my life is the right experience for me. What I have been seeking is already here. I am the divine being that I have been seeking. With trust, I sense that whatever I truly need will be mine, because my higher consciousness, my future self, will support me. To connect with your future self, quiet your mind, be very still, and listen to the silence within. The more you trust your soul's guidance within, the clearer the messages you will receive from your future self. I truly believe when you pray, you're talking to God, right? But when we meditate and focus, concentrate, God is talking to us and helping to guide us. The choice is always there to trust, and with this, you will never fail. But believe me when I say your trust will be tested repeatedly. And when you face challenges, you do not allow fear to diminish your courage in any way. When true courage and trust become part of your nature and self-serving habits are released, You're ready to move into another level of higher consciousness. Trust that your soul has a plan. And even if you can't see it completely, know that everything will unfold as it is meant to. Remember, you're going to be tested with challenges in order to master being true to yourself and having the courage to take action in the right direction towards your highest good. You are going to learn how to tune into yourself and listen to your intuition to help guide you on your path to manifesting your soul's purpose. When you're in alignment with your soul's purpose, manifestation happens more easily. I truly believe we all have a guardian angel watching each and every one of us. So I remind myself when I do see 9/11 or 11/11, it is my message to stay positive and focused, even if things don't seem to go my way. It's very important that I keep a positive mindset. The more you understand who you truly are, the more happiness you will have in your everyday life. I truly believe that I have had a spiritual awakening. Not everyone experiences this and not believe in it, so they will not understand it. I began to shed the ego mask for my true self. In this healing process, I closed old chapters in my book in order to write new ones. I understand that the negative people and experiences in the past have helped me grow into this current phase of my life. Since this experience, I recall at times when I became very impatient about everything. I get upset or take my anger out on friends or loved ones when deep down I truly don't mean to. It's just a natural response, a reaction of negative attitude that at times, no matter how hard I try not to be that way, it just slips out. People can become frustrated easily and at times say or do things they don't mean. In that certain moment, it's not our fault. It's part of who we are. All we can do is try our best to control it or find ways to avoid stressful situations and apologize for our behavior. People make mistakes. No one is perfect. Don't take things personal all the time. Give people another chance. Sometimes they may even need more than one. On this level of awareness, I seek people and experiences that match and raise my vibration. While we're all playing a role in the awakening process, no role is any less important. Look within for the answers I seek. When I realize that I have access to the part of me that knows what I need, I can stop searching outside of myself. When I trust the wisdom that lives within me, I can confidently navigate my life. I am exactly where I am supposed to be, and I am heading in the direction I am supposed to be going. When the time is right, I will have a clear understanding of my role or purpose. With angel signs and synchronicities, I am always being guided towards my life mission every day. Trust the process, because even if it doesn't seem so, you are always being helped. Those who are aware and have awakened, you are a divine being, and now it's time to gift the world with their knowledge and talents. You can help change and raise the consciousness of the planet by being who you truly are. As I mentioned before, you leave your comfort zone because you realize that you need to move forward with your mission, or you can turn back to the safety of old routines. You will end up getting the same results if you continue to do what you always have done. So if you want to see a change, make sure you do something significant about it. You never know until you try. Trust yourself in pursuing your life and soul's mission. Surround yourself with the right people and situations that can help you move onto the next chapter of your life. Trying new things can make you reflect on your old beliefs and see problems in a new light. Every experience is meant for you, so learn to trust each one. This constant trust and practice will help you to become your true self. Nothing is by accident. Your role is part of the universe's master plan, and you need to trust that everything is unfolding perfectly just for you. Connect with the voice in your heart and learn to trust. This connection is your pathway to freedom. You meet some people in your life that can be a blessing or a curse. And you have to remember the ones that showed you their true colors and the ones that were there for you when others weren't. Learn to choose who to keep around and who to let go. Do you believe in gods, heaven, or hell, angels, demons, the supernatural, aliens, mermaids, mythical creatures, time travel, teleportation, portals, other dimensions, a higher power? Most people will be quick to say no way, never, or it's impossible, and make fun or mock those who do believe, or who have claimed to have seen or experienced some unexplainable things. People will just assume they were crazy, insane, psycho, or on the edge. And sadly, many of those people end up shutting themselves from the world, locked up, or put away in mental institutions or solitary confinement. They can end up losing their minds and not knowing what to believe or say or do, and can end up ending their own life. I myself do believe, and I have my reasons. The world is still full of mystery and things we can't explain. A universe full of life and wonder that will never be fully explored or understood completely. So much to learn, so many people brainwashed and being controlled, and not even knowing it or realize what is happening. We have lost our way, let money, evil, greed, and technology take over us. People don't want to be open-minded and only believe what they want to on the news, radio, or what the government says or tells them. They will find any way to bring us down and entertain you, not let you escape or know the truth, and control you, or at times possibly kill you if you do not obey as they want you to, all of us to, because they know our true power will end them if we ever found out what we can do together. They will do anything to make us fight each other, hate each other, go against each other, even kill each other, just to try and keep us apart. They say we're free, but ask yourself, are you really? Do you feel free? People who are awake in this world have seen and experienced and learned so much about the truth and how the world and universe really is. We may all be at different stages of spiritual awakening, but we are all still connected and have the same mission, and you might not even know it yet. But when the time is right, you will. I want to enlighten you and tell you the secret and truth. This universe was not created by accident. Nothing here on earth was created without purpose. Nothing happens by accident. Even the smallest things in life, it's all part of God's law and plan. If you really picked your brain and had deep thoughts about the universe and life, you would see in some crazy, unexplainable, weird way that it is all connected. We are all connected. Somehow, one way or another, even if it seems confusing, we still can't make sense of it. But believe it or not, it's true. It's up to you to make that choice if you believe and wish to continue to expand your mind and learn as much as your brain can process. All of our lives, we've been lied to and brainwashed. They don't want you to see your full potential and realize how powerful you truly are. Ever noticed how school never teach you about taxes, money, or how to concentrate? Have you ever wondered or thought about why you have a soul, or where it came from, or who gave it to us? Why we have free will, the choice to be good or evil? I truly believe our souls is what connects us to each other, makes us who we truly are, and how we are all connected to God, and how we all have a bright light inside of us, which is a part of Him. Do you truly believe we're the only life forms in this universe? I'm not telling you to worship or believe in something that's far away that you can't see or understand. Just have faith. Humans have feared things that we can't see or understand. Some even try to block out or erase things they never seen or experienced before. I don't blame you. It's not your fault. It can be pretty scary at times if you're not ready for it. All you have to do is love. The power of love is all we need. Don't hate people, no matter who they are, the color of their skin, where they are from, what gender they are, regardless of any wrongdoings they may have done in the past. We must learn to forgive, as long as they realize the mistakes they have made. We are all family. Love will bring us together and create an unbreakable bond. Life is a test. Each day we wake up and we are tested with daily tasks and not even realize it. I want to help teach you and guide you to strive for your own spiritual awakening and progress. We see and feel so much hurt and pain and evil inside the ball that in a way we somehow feel responsible for it, or the people in it, or feel as if we must do something about it. I wish more of us would lend a helping hand to those in need of salvation. Have you ever thought about reincarnation or believe in it? Thought of having a past life? Ever wonder why we dream? Or ever had deja vu? Have you ever felt like you met someone before or instantly connect with the person? Know what they are thinking or going to say? Life works in mysterious ways. Ever felt like your life was part of a movie or a show? I know I have, and more than once. We must learn to believe in the impossible and understand what God or whatever higher power created us is. We all heard of God, and some believe in Him, and others don't. But what exactly is God, I ask myself. I believe God is like the light from the sun that gives us warmth, energy, strength, and light to see through the darkness, continuously pouring love onto us without never asking anything in return, shining bright to give us another beautiful day. When we become aware of this love, we will finally understand and know our God just like the sun. I believe we should all live in the spirit of love. Showing and giving love means to share with the world what our Creator has given to us humans with other people. We should never be selfish. Embrace the light of love unto others' hearts and souls. Making people happy is an act of love. Every day is a new day, and we must learn to work on our self-improvement and also our spiritual improvement. Find ways to become better and how we can help others in our everyday life. We are all in the pursuit of happiness. Let's start helping each other. We all have the same goal. We all share and live in the same world. We should never waste a day before going to bed without learning something new. Our brains are full of questions and curiosity, and the world is full of answers. We just have to explore and find them. I think it's about time we start finding our true self and bring happiness to this world. This is why we are here. This is why we were created. This is what we are struggling and fighting for and being tested on every day. This is the secret to a better and happier world. Once we become aware that we must come together, share our love, help one another, trust each other, and not give up on each other, everything else will fall into place. I have begun to cherish the little things that other people take for granted. I have become more and more captivated by nature. I have increased sensitivity, and it can at times become so overwhelming and exhausted. I have intensified perception and can see the beauty and detailing in everything. I encourage you guys to never stop learning and expanding your minds and learning the truth and finding your true self. Be fair to each other. Don't take people for granted or advantage of them. Have you ever thought about how we are so advanced in technology? How we came up or created or invented futuristic things and equipment? I know we humans are smart and some are considered geniuses, but I have always questioned, are we really that intelligent to produce such things? Life is crazy. Love is crazy. Relationships are crazy. That's why it's so hard to find a soulmate. I just feel like if you marry someone, then that's it. You're committed and loyal to that person and can only love and be with that person. I mean, that's what we grew up learning, seeing, believing, and what has been drilled into our heads, right? But is it really that simple? Nowadays, people are not open-minded and try to play everything safe. Like, okay, yes, in the beginning, it might seem like that. Let's be honest. Down the road, we know there will be There's going to be challenges. Our relationships will be tested dramatically and repeatedly. You're going to have a few bumps and hiccups, and eventually going to get tired or bored with each other. Other people in the world begin to interact and attract towards you. You become friendly. Then you want to explore because you're curious. You want to get out of your comfort zone or bubble and interact. You want to try new things, People are horny, men are animals, and also women. Sometimes they can't control themselves. I just feel like that's the reason so many people cheat and relationships fall apart. You can love someone and have a serious relationship with, but if you get annoyed or bored with each other for a bit, which does and will most likely happen, people like to go to someone else. Doesn't mean they don't love you or want you anymore. To a lot of people, it's just sex, or having a break from each other, or how they cope. Believe it or not, it is possible, and there have been and still are cases of people who love and have more than one partner and kids and still remain happy, and as one big family who work out everything together in teamwork and live a very happy life. I believe that's why so many people become friends with benefits, sleep with multiple people, have more than one partner, or stay single. They enjoy having sex and want to experience it with others, but yet are not ready to commit to loving one person for the rest of their life, and are afraid to lose their current partner. Love is not something that happens once and stays forever. You have to love someone every day, all over, and work at it continuously. It may not be easy. Some days will be better than others, but that's life. True love takes teamwork and fighting for it every day, no matter what life throws at you. And it's something that some people just don't seem to understand. That's why there are so many love-hate relationships. But then again, if you're not both on the same page or have the same mindset, then that's where things begin to fall apart and you have bigger problems and trust issues. And without trust, you have nothing. And to be honest, how sad it may seem, a lot of couples today are just not meant to be, you understand? I have no trust for each other anymore. Most of us were young, dumb, blind, or in love, or just plain horny. We tried to experience and understand what was happening to us, or why we felt a certain way towards someone, and not understand what we were in for, or think about our future and the consequences. End up getting accidentally knocked up at a young age. And the truth is, if you start a family and have kids with the wrong person, you can really just mess up your whole life and future. But many just try to keep it together and continue fighting every day, just to keep or have they have the family they created as one. Even if it's hard to, we don't want a broken family. A lot of couples try to explore and experiment with other people while they're in a relationship. If so many people do it, wouldn't that be considered normal then? So why fight it or become upset? It's who we really are. Why people can't get that or understand it? It's only human. So why would you fight or try to deny the way that you feel? Is it really our fault we want to mess around with other people besides our significant other? Is it not possible to have feelings or love more than one person romantically? Are we really to blame at times? We can't control it or help it. We all know deep down that we all have thought about it and at times fantasize about it. Love can make us do crazy things that we can't explain, and sometimes make us do things we regret. Some couples at times feel like they can't trust their partner and will begin to search through their phones or emails and snoop around whenever they get a chance. I must admit, at times I caught myself in the same position and situation doing the same. But then as time passed by and I learned a few more things, I began to realize why go snooping around through their phones and messages. If I suspect something going on, or that my significant other has been talking to other men or people, do I really want to know about it? I mean, really ask yourself, like for what? To get myself hurt, start drama, and begin arguing? Do I really want to put myself through all of that? I mean, like I said, we are human. We all have secrets. Couples will always have secrets or hide things from each other. Does not mean we don't love, trust, or care for one another. Sometimes not knowing everything is good. If a relationship is going good, to just let things be and stay happy. I mean, something has to be going right. Why trying to ruin your mood, happiness, or relationship by digging up dirt or searching through someone's phone or messages, knowing that there is a possibility you might find something that you may not approve of? I guess it just depends on the type of relationship you have. I don't know, I guess that's just my opinion or how I feel about it. Some may agree, and some may not. I guess it's just one of those things where we have to agree to disagree, you know? Women are both a blessing and a curse for us men. And I'm sure some women would just say the opposite. Have you noticed how in some relationships, when it's unstable and one partner decides to go out without the other or home alone, their thoughts are most likely that they are going to go screw around and cheat? Although it's sad, but likely true. I feel like if you're not happy and messing around makes you happy, then go ahead. If you're not getting the love or attention you want or deserve at home, then of course you're going to go out and find someone who will. If you're not on the same page or have the same mindset or beliefs, then that relationship is not right for you. You will just continue to hurt each other. It's funny how many different types of relationships there are in today's world. We try so hard and pretend to be innocent, but at times, even when your relationship is going good or bad, even, we try to still sneak around on our partners, or at times secretly hoping or waiting for one or the other to screw up or catch them cheating, just so it won't be so hard to move on and not feel so guilty. Deep down, I know we all felt this way, or close to it, but never really want to admit it. So many people in the world, in our lives to choose from, but deep down, some of us don't want to choose and just wish we can have both. It would be like having the best of both worlds. Love is tricky. Another reason I believe a lot of relationships fall apart is because with today's technologies and phones, people no longer try to communicate or solve problems they may have with each other. You can be in the same room and not say a word to each other because we're glued to our phones. Back in the days, relationship lasted longer or forever because people would communicate and work things out if there was an issue. You didn't have a backup person lined up waiting for you on your phone. People didn't post their problems online for the world to see and put their 2 cents in. People worked things out no matter how hard things got. If you truly love someone, nothing can break that bond between you. Someone who's been mentally abused will break down during small disagreements, constantly apologize, need a lot of reassurance, feel like they're not enough, struggle to put their guard down, hide their feelings. Please be patient. They're trying. Healing takes time, and even with all the time in the world, it will never heal completely. I sometimes think about why is it that when we first fall in love or have an instant attraction to someone, we do everything and anything we can to get them to notice us and then win them over. But as time passes by, all that love and feelings begin to slowly fade away. You no longer do the things you did when you first tried to win them over. You no longer feel the same love or have doubts. Your behavior changes. You turn on them at times, or treat them unfair or mean. I ask myself, why is that? The answer is simple. We are human beings. We don't know what we want half the time. Our mind is constantly changing. We learn more about ourselves and each other as time passes. Our emotions change. Our life is constantly changing. Our surroundings change. We meet new people. We adapt. We absorb. We simply just grow and begin to understand what we want and realize that nothing lasts forever. Life, people, and things around you will always be changing, growing, learning. That spark you had in the beginning was magical and deep and true. But as time passes, you learn more about each other and yourself. The happiness you had in the start slowly starts to fade away from all the good times and memories and feelings you had are just not there anymore, or it's different. The connection you once had. You have to make sure you're happy with your life and kids, if any, and not be or feel trapped because you will feel responsible or be the bad guy for ending it. People change. People separate and get divorced all day, every day for that reason, not being happy or fulfilled in the life or partner you have anymore, and afraid to make a change. Sometimes things just don't work out the way you want or plan. Just go, just gotta make a choice and keep moving. I believe sometimes we all do find our soulmates in life, but are just not quite ready for each other yet. Roll the dice and hope for the best. We can't tell what our future holds at times, or when our time will be up. We can die tomorrow. Just try to be happy and live in the moment and don't waste your time or happiness. We learn from our mistakes. We seek a new path. And we take our past experiences with us for a better future. We as humans must learn to work together, understand each other, be open-minded, have different point of views, put ourselves in each other's shoes, support each other, guide each other, help one another, love each other. Don't be afraid to ask for help. We all need it at times. Be humble, be kind, be sweet, spread love, spread happiness. Perform one act of kindness in your everyday life. and witness the chain reaction you have created just from doing one simple good deed. We at times do so much for others and nothing for ourselves, always saying yes to everything so you don't let someone down. But the one time you do say no, you become the bad guy. Am I right? Thousands of people each day take their own life. Sometimes we know why, and at times we don't. People go through a lot in their life, and at times it becomes too much to bear. People have become so good at hiding their true pain and inner feelings that you would never know or would have thought that they would take their own life. Never judge a book by its cover. You never really know what a person is going through or who they really are. You can have everything you ever wanted and lose it all in a blink of an eye. Suicide is just a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Look out for one another. Look for signs. Get to know the real person behind that mask. Show them that they are not alone and that you care. That's all it takes, is just for one person to truly care and support them. Too many lost souls roam the earth, trapped in their body and mind, not knowing what to do or who to turn to. The world is full of evil and negative things. Show them the light, be a friend, and guide them on the right path. Always help someone in need, even if they can't help you. You never know, maybe one day in the future, when that person you help might just be helping you when you are down. When you help someone in need, even when you yourself are down, that sends a powerful message of who you truly are and what a difference you can make just by helping one person. Let's give back to the world instead of taking. Stand up for the little guys. Let's prevent bullies and enemies by fighting back with kindness and love. It's the best and only way. Let's bring out the best in people. When you yourself are kind, sweet, and respectful, that personality reflects off of you and onto other people around you. Imagine what a difference you can make just by being kind. At times I wonder, why are people so cruel, mean, and miserable? I believe it's because the environment they grew up in, troubled parents who struggled or not give or show them love, being abused by the people who were supposed to care for them, love them, growing up in a hostile home or environment, surrounded by evil and negative things, witnessing domestic violence between parents, coming from a broken family, being adopted or moving from foster home to foster home, never feeling like they fit in or are wanted. They end up in gangs because that's the only family that accepted them or where they felt welcome. Seeing their parents abusing drugs and alcohol day after day, it really breaks my heart when I see or think about kids who will never have a chance due to the dysfunctional family that they have and will never have hope. It seems as every day there are more kids and teens having babies of their own when they can't even take care of themselves. Parents abandoning their own kids and kicking them out instead of helping, supporting, and guiding them. Giving them the tough love treatment when in reality that just makes it worse. Knowing that most of them have been in the same position when they were that age themselves. Another thing I would like to point out is that if you choose to have a baby or kids, or even accidentally have them, that does not mean that your mother or father, also known as grandparents now, are automatically your babysitters now. They did not sacrifice their life to provide for you and raise you and help you in order to get you on your feet and out of their home to begin your own life. Just so you can have kids and expect them to babysit and watch them and raise them for you all the time. So you can do what you have to do. They did not raise you and get you out of their home so you can bring your kids into theirs, and I'll have them raise them for you also. They have their own life now, and did their part. It is not fair to them, and not right and irresponsible on your part. Yes, it's okay for them to watch them from time to time when you are in a jam, and of course it would help you and want to see their grandkids. But some people take advantage of them and see nothing wrong with that simply because they are the grandparents. Some parents may not say anything to you because you are their child and we might be struggling in life, so they are willing to help you out. But deep down, you are really taking time away from their life to do things they want to do when they couldn't before because they were raising you. And I feel like they're doing it all over again. And that's not what they wanted or expected. I guess what I'm trying to say is just be considerate and mindful of them. You give them a break and be a real parent and handle your own responsibilities now. It's your turn to grow up and be a parent. As a person creating a new life or being, it's something very serious and important. And I at times feel that people really don't care or understand or think about the consequences or responsibilities they have just created. And sadly, at times it's too late. Now these newborns will be left to fend for themselves, grow up hating the world, people, living a life of crime, darkness, and sadness. Feeling all alone, mixing with the wrong crowd, or finding others just like them, which at times can be good or bad. And sometimes it's just the complete opposite that can happen. It all depends on the people they are surrounded by. Why do some people do drugs and drink alcohol every day? It's a gateway to make us feel good and forget about everything and anything for a bit. Escape our reality and the pain we feel. But sadly, that's the only way most people can move on or go about on their day. Just feeling numb, high, or happy, and not a care in the world. Wishing that feeling never went away. But if you can't control your temptations or don't have a limit set, it will ruin your life and everyone close to you, and at times ending in tragic results. Sometimes I wonder how people become so successful in life. It seems like no one ever has money for important things in life, such as bills, food, other life responsibilities, but always have money to go out every weekend, spend it on unnecessary things. I used to have friends who would go out every weekend to parties and clubs, always having the coolest new shoes, clothes, phone, or car that just came out. While I continued to wear the same basic clothing and shoes, drove a beat up car, always wishing I can be like them and show off, and impress them or others. But as years passed by, I bumped into some of those old friends who always dressed to impress and partied every weekend. I noticed they now look like me back in those days, wearing basic clothing, off-brand shoes, outdated phones, driving old cars. And I came to realize that my life seemed to be going a little better than theirs. I asked myself why, what happened? They seemed so successful and organized back then, but now seem to be struggling just to get by or make ends meet, or still working at the same old job. What caused this? I believe the reason is that while they invested all of their money and time on fancy cars, material things, and partying every weekend, I invested my time and money into things that will help me make money. Yes, it might have been embarrassing driving an old car, wearing the same old clothes, but that taught me patience, and that's how I was able to save my money. You see, if you work some years like others don't, maybe one day you can live like others can't. All it takes is approaching success with the right mindset. Unsuccessful people are short-term focused, but successful people are long-term focused. Unsuccessful people choose to party and go out every weekend, while successful people choose to work and learn instead. Unsuccessful people spend money wastefully, while successful people invest money responsibly. By changing the way we think about things, it can help change everything. And when it comes to money, remember, successful people stay successful by living like they're broke or managing their money responsibly, and unsuccessful people stay broke by living like they are rich and manage their money unresponsibly. People never want to be part of my struggles in life, but always want to be part of my success. Sometimes the only way to be truly happy is to appreciate what you have. The world can be such a confusing place. People can take advantage of the innocent just simply because they are uneducated. So many people in this world are uneducated about a lot of things in life. Sadly, that is a weakness that others who are educated prey on. Humans can ruin their whole life simply just because they were not educated enough about certain things, or don't seem to understand something, or believe they do, that at times can be completely wrong. I believe we are all a little bipolar and have mood swings. Sometimes we do things or react in a negative way in a situation instead of thinking first of the consequences, and can end up doing or saying things we never intended to. And at times, depending on the situation or scenario, we can end up with tragic results that we can never change back or fix. It seems like in today's world, people want to, how do I put it? I guess I can say, shoot first and ask questions later. People can be tempted to do horrible things when something or someone makes them feel angry or upset or cause them pain, and are always looking for revenge or payback. Believe me, revenge does nothing but cause more problems and pain, and you will fall into their trap, and will at times be a constant cycle of trying to get back at each other until something unthinkable or tragic happens. Yes, at times you may feel like you have won and it's over, but trust me, you can or will lose so much more if you live your life that way. It's not worth it. It's part of life. You learn from it and experience it and just simply move on with your life. We see it every day with police brutality, domestic violence, school shootings, and so on. It's all violent, negative, and pain. When we are dealing with things in our life that at times we just shut down from the world, we just want to be alone and not talk to anyone or share our problems and feelings. Sometimes it may be because we don't want to be a burden to others, and at times it's just how we are and how we cope with things, and just need some space and time to think. And other times, all we need is a friend or someone to talk to and listen to and understand us and not gossip about it to others, but are too afraid of looking weak or to ask for help or advice. Do you have a role model or hero you look up to in your life? A lot of us do or did. I recall when I was younger, someone once told me that your hero or role model in life can usually end up not being who you thought they were and will end up being a disappointment. But that's not always the case. My hero is my mom. That woman has done so much for me and my three younger sisters that I feel like I can never repay her. A good mother will do anything for her kids to protect them and provide for them, and will always put them first in their life. I always thought my mom was super. She struggled every day just to get by and make ends meet and keep us happy. I have seen her multitask and juggle multiple things at once, almost as if she had about 8 arms and hands. She always seemed to know what she was doing or what to say. At times I believe she can do anything and never got tired. I really never seen her take a break or rest. It seems as she was always up and running 24/7. My mother was really good at hiding her feelings and never showed us signs of weakness or sadness in front of us. We never really had a stable father or male figure or role model to look up to at that time in our life. I never really thought about it or got upset because I just felt like my mother was both. She was all we needed. I recall at times when I was younger, when I wanted something such as a new toy or candy at the store or go somewhere fun, and my mother would say no, and I would get so upset and throw the biggest tantrum until I got what I wanted or asked for. Not knowing back then that my mother was not being mean or unfair, but simply was just not able to afford it. I had to try to save the money she earned for rent and buy food. Growing up, I never thought about how we had a house, car, food, material things. I just thought we lived home for free. Our cars never ran out of gas. Food was always on the table for us to eat. I didn't know or understand how adulthood worked. I didn't know we had to pay bills, rent, insurance, food, fuel, and other things. I was a kid. We don't generally think about those things. I mean, why would we, right? Everything was taken care of for us. I believed or thought that we were given all these things for free. I mean, it made sense. We needed these things to survive. But I was unaware and too young to understand that life was not free. But as time passed by and I grew older, I began to realize how the world and adulthood really was and how it all worked. My mother struggled and sacrificed a lot of things in her life to care, love, and provide for us. I now truly understand the hell she went through to make sure we were set. All those hours working to make ends meet, working harder on multiple jobs to make sure we had gifts, presents for Christmas. Although at times we never received what we wanted or asked for, but at least we got something, and she tried. I know at points we might have been ungrateful for the things we had, or things she tried to do for us, and now I just wish I can take it all back. Life is hard, especially if you're a single parent with more than one kid. Some mothers do it all by themselves, even with the father in the picture, and that is not right. As a couple and parents, everything should be equally done or split. It's about teamwork, helping each other, giving each other breaks. In a relationship, it takes two. Don't take your parents for granted. They have done a lot for us to keep us alive and be where we are today. A lot of kids don't get to experience a true mother's love and may never will. Say thank you to your parents and make sure they know you love them and appreciate them. Mother knows best is what I used to hear all the time. Although I might not always agree with her, but most of that time, that saying is true. If you're a single mother, but not with your child's father, but he wants to and tries to be in their everyday life, put your problems/differences between each other aside. Let them be there and spend time with their children. Kids need their father in their life. So many kids grow up without a father, and it can truly damage them or have an impact as they get older. Be civil with each other and try to work together to give your kids the best possible future. So to my mother and all the single mothers and fathers, I thank you and appreciate you. You guys are the true superheroes of the world. Have you ever thought about toxic masculinity? It's the pressure of being a real man. All our life, boys have been taught that they had to be strong and aggressive. It was in our DNA. After all, most of our fathers and grandfathers were all in the war or joined some branch of the military. And we were part of that same cycle of old school masculinity. And with that, many boys showed strength with violence. It was normal for us to be aggressive. But it was not normal to show any emotions. Because we were taught that real men don't cry, or shouldn't at least. I can recall at times when I was in school, I had a friend who was what I like to call a special kid, and who was real sensitive emotionally at times, and who I used to assist with anything he might need help with, such as helping him with his lockers, holding his books, taking him to class, sitting with him at lunch, and just being a good friend. And at times I remember when some bully would pick on him, he would begin to get upset. They would call him names, make fun of him. But at the same time, I could remember seeing him feeling like he had to kill any emotion just to show that he was strong. And so they would quit picking on him. I, of course, intervened and began defending my friend as always. I never tolerated that type of behavior. I hate bullies and people who pick on other people. Even though they were bullies and I disliked them very much, I always try my best to give them tips or change their mindset of how to be a better human being and how to treat and respect others. We often talk about pressure of society on women, and so we should, but there is also a lot of pressure on men. And I begin to realize that some people, or women mostly, don't understand or notice that. And it's because of that, not only men suffer, but women suffer too. Because of toxic masculinity, men struggle to show their emotions, and as a result, are not the best fathers or husbands. We constantly objectify women, and because of that, there is no equality inside the ball in our world. Because of that, suicide, murder, rape, or crime is something that mostly men end up doing. I ask myself, so how can we fix this? Should we teach our young men and boys to be less manly? I don't think so. I believe the answer to this shouldn't be to be less manly. It should be better masculinity. The world doesn't need less real men. It needs more real good men. Real good men wouldn't ignore someone being bullied, pushed around, and discriminated. They were charged to defend the weaker and those who can't stand up for themselves. Real good men respect women and see them as equal because they're not afraid of losing their position. Real good men are not afraid to show their emotions because they are just being honest. And finally, real good men are strong fathers and husbands. Family is the most important thing, and fathers are crucial in that part. Real men should know that family comes first, and in family that there is no place for toxic masculinity. Family is all about showing emotion, being accepting, romantic, loving, faithful, and above all, being strong. I think it's time that we leave the old mentality of what being a real man is, and time that we leave the new mentality that men should be less manly, no? All we need is more real good men out there because they, together with women, are the foundation of every real good family. Remember, just because we are men does not mean we don't have feelings or emotions. It's okay to show your emotions every once in a while and to be honest with ourselves and family. It's okay to cry and let the pain or feelings out. We are human. It's part of us. And ultimately, in the end, it will help us be a better version of ourselves. Have you ever thought about climate change and global warming? The reality is, a lot of us do, but do very little to change what is happening or do anything about it. Have you ever wondered how old the world is? Fun fact, the world is approximately 4.5 billion years old. But how long has mankind been on Earth, you may ask? Well, about 140,000 years. To put that into perspective, if we condense the Earth lifespan into 24 hours, that's one full day. And we have been only here on this planet, inside the ball, for just seconds, for less than a minute. And just look at all the damage we have done. We named ourselves Homo sapiens, which translates to wise men. But is man really wise? Smart, yes, I guess we can say. And it's good to be smart, but not too smart for your own good. Yes, we have built, created, and invented clever machines and technology that help us to navigate the universe in search of new homes and other possible life. Yes, we split the atom, but at the same time, those atoms we split created nuclear warfare. In our quest to search the galaxy, rejects and neglects the place we call home that we have here now, our planet Earth. So to me, that cannot be wisdom. Wisdom is different. While intelligence speaks, wisdom listens. We willingly covered our ears to Mother Nature's screams and cries for help. We closed our eyes and turned the other cheek to all of her help-wanted signs. Wisdom knows that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So if we were wise, we will not be surprised when we see storms that are stronger than ever before, more carbon, more trees being cut down than ever before. We have increased the extinctions of animals like never before. We're a feat. In the next 10 to 100 years from now, every beloved animals that we see in our books or out in person or at the zoo are predicted to go extinct. Those animals include lions, rhinos, tigers, elephants, gorillas, polar bears, sea creatures, all gone. Species that have been here longer than us will all be gone because of us. It's a shame. And an existence no longer than a commercial or advertisement you see on TV or on your phone. We have turned the circle of life into our own personal conveyor belt, killing millions of animals and creatures, both land and on sea. And for what? Food, pleasure, materials, money, profits. And a lot of those killings are so unnecessary, and we all know it. We were given so much, the only planet that we know of in the solar system with life. Can you explain how we are perfectly positioned to the sun so we don't burn, but not too distant so we don't freeze? We are just right. This paradise where we are given medicine and food from trees and plants, is it a coincidence? We are all family, literally everything. Think about it. Every species is connected genetically, and this is something we must realize before it's too late, because I believe the real crisis is not global warming, animal agriculture, or environmental destruction. It is us. These problems are symptoms of us, byproducts of us. Our inner reflection, we seem to have lost connection that has created a misdirection. We have forgotten that everything contributes to the perfection of Mother Nature. Corporations keep us disconnected and unaware. It's time to come together and wake up from our sleep. Together we can change and save our planet. They try to take our home from right under our feet, as we have no say. It is our duty to protect Mother Nature from those who refuse to see her beauty. Some may think I am crazy, but I believe we have a right to eat food that's safe and plastic free, not made in labs or created with chemicals and have ingredients that we can't pronounce or have no clue what they are. Be able to drink water that is clean, breathe air that is free of toxins. These are our God-given natural rights, not things to be treated as they can be bargained for. Don't you see? They want us to feel powerless. If we as humans for once can come together, we can create a wave and become unstoppable. Freedom for all without oppression. Just imagine it for a moment. As I said before, it's up to you, me, all of us to make an effort. Time is of the essence, and only together can we make it see our beautiful planet be the way it should be. Let's be wise and come together and take our world back before it's too late. Once again, my fellow people, it's all about power, control, and money. Don't be blindsided. Don't let them fool you and control you. We are better than this. We can do better, and we deserve better. You ever feel motivated to do something, but then the next day not feel or have that same energy and just feel the complete opposite? I wonder at times, why does this happen to me? Why do I feel like this? At times I can be happy and in a great mood, but then suddenly feel depressed, sad, tired, emotional, and alone. It's funny how our mood and attitude can change in a split second, don't you think? Sometimes it really makes you think if something is wrong with you. But the truth is, we all have moments like this. We all experience that type of feeling or mixed emotions. There are several things that can trigger that feeling, such as just learning some new information you were unaware of, the people or environment you're currently in, or just thinking about something from the past can suddenly just affect our mood. And at times, we have no clue or reason. It just happens. Unfortunately, sometimes there's not much we can do about it, but just deal with it until it passes. Find something to distract you and keep yourself busy. Or place yourself in a positive environment and connect with those who match your vibe and understand your feelings. At times, we have to vent and just let it out in order for us to feel better and get our feelings and thoughts out of our chest. You will be surprised how much better you will feel simply just by venting or going for a walk to calm your mind, your heart, and listen to your soul. And believe it or not, there is a difference between venting and complaining. There are days I feel like nothing is going right for me, no matter what I do, almost as if the world was against me. But then I realize that there are other people who are also having a bad day that can be going much worse than mine. I just believe at times we all have our good days and we all have our bad days, right? It's part of life. Sometimes it's good to have bad days so we can learn to appreciate and be thankful for the good days we do have. In today's world, everyone is so quick to judge when it comes down to dating or relationships. Everyone always after or wants the good looking people, I guess we can say, or the most attractive person. No one cares about the personality of the attractive person or the attitude or think about it. All they care is that they are hot or sexy or beautiful. Everyone always seems to be in a competition for having the most attractive looking partner, but then get mad or upset when others look or try to take them away from them. I mean, what do you expect? That's what people do at times. Just saying. And you can't control it. But no one ever seems to see the true beauty within. It's not always about looks. And I just feel like in today's world, that's all everyone cares about or thinks about is how someone looks, if they're or if they are attracted enough for them. But what they fail to realize is what really matters is what's inside that person, the heart they have, the personality and attitude they show, the good in them, the vibe and connection you feel with that person. You can have the most attractive person in the world, but they can have the most ugliest heart or personality, have nothing in common with each other, don't have the same goals or mindset, don't feel the same love for one another, don't communicate or have no vibe together at all. Then what's the point? You will end up just wasting your time and getting yourself hurt. As crazy as it may seem, some people would just never change or understand that. See no problem with the current situation and will always be after and only care about looks versus heart, personality, vibe or connection they have with the person. People are always saying they want or need a good man or woman in their life, but always end up choosing attractive jerks, bullies, inconsiderate or selfish people, and never give the good people who may not be so attractive or just average looking a chance. Then they will say it's because that's not their type. Then what is your type? You ever feel like everything that makes you happy or gives you joy and pleasure or just makes you feel alive will end up eventually killing or harming us? You know, it seems like all the good stuff in life is toxic or dangerous, even though we may love it. I just feel like life is already so complicated and hard and will never seem to make sense. If we want to be with someone or do something that makes us happy, why must we always have to try and hide it? Life can really suck at times. Why can't we have and create our own family, but at the same time be able to explore and see other people outside of our relationship that can make us happy and be the best version of ourselves when you are always happy? Possibly make our family stronger and happier if we ourselves are always in a good mood and happy. Does that make sense to some of you? Maybe it's just me. Why must we always care about what other people think or how they might judge? It's our life, is it not? Don't we all want to be happy and find ways to continue to be? Why do we trap ourselves in our own life? Knowing at times we all want the same thing deep down, but are too afraid to admit it. As I said before, sometimes I feel that if your life is going good, and if you're secretly seeing or talking to someone else, or doing it while you are in a relationship, then why not just let it be? You're happy, no issues between your current partner. I mean, people can get or be so jealous that they end up ruining everything. I'm sorry to say, but for me, women can be real crazy. I thought men were bad, but I have witnessed more females go psycho in relationships. It just seems like females are always in competitions with each other, always trash talking each other, stabbing each other in the back, calling each other names. Always trying to find something to judge or complain about. Always seem to be fighting or wanting to fight someone. Never trusting each other and always having or starting some kind of drama. I understand now why some women prefer not to have any female friends. It really is just all gossip and drama most of the time. Anyway, sometimes it's good not to know everything your significant other does on their spare time or when you are not around. It just makes things easier for everyone, and no one feels hurt or unloved. We all have secrets, and at times we need breaks from each other or just need some you time. I just feel that times have changed and people need to be open minded and see the bigger picture and maybe change your mindset on things. This way we can all have the best of both worlds. It may not be for everyone, and that's okay. As I said, we all have different opinions and ways of doing things and living life. But then again, as always, it comes down to finding the right person for you with the same mindset and beliefs. It won't be easy, but nothing in life is. It's just part of the journey. Don't make your life harder than it already is. Don't torture yourself, asking if only I could've, should've, would've. Try new things, experience life and new people together. You never know what you might truly like or enjoy if you don't try or keep an open mind. Don't always take things the wrong way. As we get older, we begin more we become more confident and aware of what we want in life. Begin to do the things and see the people we know that makes us happy. Sometimes people can't or don't want to comprehend certain things that's happening and don't know how to respond or are afraid. You ever wish sometimes that you can go back in time and do the things we wanted to be when we were younger? And just wondered how different your life could have been. But life changes and always will be. And will always be a mystery or surprise every day. You never know what's going to happen. Yesterday was the past, tomorrow is the future, and today is a gift. That's why they call it the present. Why do we as people always seem to be putting each other down, never supporting one another, always making fun of one another, getting pleasure or joy out of seeing someone fail or not have things go their way, being inconsiderate to others? It's like we never like seeing others succeed or surpass us if we ourselves are in a mess of life. We all struggle and deal with things in life that you may not know about. Everyone has background or story. How would you like it if someone kicked you when you were down or made fun of you? We at times need to step back and look at how our behavior or how we treat people can really cause a big impact in someone's life, either in a positive way or negative way. We are better than this. Don't be a bully. As you get older, things that seem important in life start to seem not so important anymore. Things that used to bother us no longer do. We start to appreciate more things in life and try to enjoy the little things in life that we never really thought about appreciating before. You begin to notice and realize things that we haven't before. You begin to see things in a new light and have a different perspective on how we see or do things in life. We all die one day. Might as well do it while we're alive. The older I get, the less energy I have for close relationships that are confusing. If the relationship drains me, brings me confusion, drama, or division, then I choose to lovingly separate myself from others. I'm not upset. I'm not bitter. I'm just working on something. and can't afford any unhealthy relationships around me. People can be confusing. Sometimes they would rather cut you off in their life instead of trying to make you understand where they are coming from. Sometimes I feel like I'm stuck between I don't want to feel that type of hurt again, but I also want to feel and miss that type of love again. I know deep down a lot of us have also felt the same way. She might have a screwed up past, but you have to show her that you're different. You can't fix what damages others may have done or caused her, but show her better and do better. A woman with her own things is going to treat you different than a woman that needs you. Some men fail to realize that. Relationships can be scary. Everything can be going good just like you hoped and planned for. Then one day your partner can just decide not to love you or be with you anymore and walk away. And at times there's nothing you can do to control that. Relationships can really mess with people's head, and I believe that's one of the many reasons some people choose to stay single or are afraid to commit. All that time, memories, moments, and love wasted, and now trying to start all over again with someone new. Be cautious and aware of who you give your heart to. Sometimes in life, some things are meant to be, but just not meant to stay. Sometimes the person you think you need the most is the person you're best without. Sometimes in life, if something makes you happy, then go for it. People are going to talk about it anyways, no matter what you do in life. At times I am so broken inside, but I walk around with my head held high and a smile on my face, and not show any signs of sadness or weakness. I came to realize that it wasn't healthy, and I was just causing more pain to myself for trying to hold it all in. To be honest, I have a good heart and a beautiful soul, and I've been told the same by many other people. I'm the type of person people come to ask for advice, listen to their problems, be a shoulder to cry on, or just actually listen to what they are saying and understand their situation, and just being a good friend. At times, I just wish I can find more people like me who understands what I do and see things from my point of view. I have been disappointed and let down by people who I trusted and cared for, stabbed in the back more times than I can count. I have been hurt by people I loved and cared for. I have been emotionally, physically, and mentally abused. But even after all that, I always still seem to forgive them and see the good in them, no matter how much pain or problem someone may have caused me. I always seem to look past that and continue to give them chances and always treated them with love, kindness, courtesy, and respect. It always seems to me, no matter how hard I try to be negative or treat them the way they treated me, but I just don't have the heart to be the same. Some may call it weak or stupid, but I disagree. I just feel that I'm no longer surprised when someone lets me down or talks behind my back, treats me unfair. People will be people and will always do what they want. One thing is, I believe in karma, and we all know what they say about her. So I just let her decide what happens and take care of it. I refuse to change who I am or how I treat someone because of what others have done to me. I just believe that if I did, then I would be no better or different than them. I used to feel like I was the only one who felt this way or wondered if I was different than others. But I've met others like me, and just thankful and glad to know that I am not alone and that there is still good people out in the world who try their best every day. The older you get, the more you realize that it's okay to live a life, your life, that others don't understand. It's okay to be different, and sometimes different is better. Have you ever thought that the wrong person will have you thinking that you ask for too much, when in reality, it's them who can't offer you that much? At times, people can have a weird or funny way of showing that they care about you. Have you ever had a person get mad or upset with you for doing something that they told you to do? Confusing, right? I deal with that at times. I constantly have a lot of things on my mind and just feel like it sucks when I can't talk to anyone about what's going on inside my head. Have you ever felt the same? When I can't sleep at night, my brain keeps running and thoughts take over, and I begin to write down my thoughts to try and help clear my head, my mind, access my subconscious, and understand myself better, I guess, if that makes any sense. Have you ever thought about something and thinking that you were the first person to have that thought, or believing you were the first to come up with that idea? Yes? Well, me too. All the time, actually. Then later down the road in life, you see your thoughts, ideas, sayings, or quotes in a book, on TV, radio, or out in public, or on some kind of advertisement. Left to think if only I would have done that, or invented that, or said that, people would have recognized me for something, and maybe my life would have been a little better. But of course, someone else has already done it first. Sometimes I stumble upon my words when I try to say something or explain it, but just can't seem to get it out of or put it into words people will understand. Then I will come across something that I have seen or heard and realize that is exactly what I have been trying to say. Almost as if they took the words right out of my mouth. I just feel that a lot of us humans think alike. Ever heard the saying, great minds think alike? But I must say, it does make me wonder how different my life or others could have been if only I had the financial aids and support and someone to direct me on the right path, and just how different in general how some things in technology or world would have been if made by a person who had the same idea but was unable to show the world their vision. It just makes me think how just because someone invented something, created something, or said something, does not mean that they were the ones who thought about it first. Don't you agree? I became so private with my life that I used to tell my friends and families everything. Now I don't tell anyone anything. And if you ask me, I'm always okay. I'm always telling people I'm good or okay when they ask, because in reality, I know they're just trying to be nice, but won't really do anything about it or can't to help my current situation. We all have our own demons that we battle every day. People may not always tell you how they feel about you, but their actions will speak for themselves. Just be sure to pay attention. Just a reminder to some people that if someone you love or care about are willing to struggle with you just to build with you or see you succeed, don't mess it up. People like that are hard to find. They really are keepers. People are so stuck and trapped behind their phones all day that they completely miss out on the real world and the people around them and the life right in front of them. Now, I know a lot of people may not want to hear this, but the truth is, long lasting relationships come with a lot of heartaches, meltdowns, forgiveness, understanding. Sometimes adults and parents tend to forget that children are little people too, who have feelings and emotions, and at times they just need to try and understand them and listen. Let them cry or throw a tantrum. Place ourselves in their position. When I was a kid, I remember during the holidays or on Christmas, my mother would say she didn't want anything or any gift, and that her gift was watching us. I always thought that was sounded silly or strange and didn't understand what she meant by it. Who wouldn't want a gift on Christmas? But now that I am older and a parent myself, and I'll completely understand what she meant. Seeing my kids' joy and smile on Christmas means more than any present ever could. A person can really feel alone, even when surrounded by other people. If those who surround you don't match your vibe or energy, or not have the same mindset as you feel alone, bored, uncomfortable, you just not feel like you're in the right zone. You tend to stay quiet and keep to yourself and distract yourself with your phone possibly or something else. I always felt like an outcast or outsider because I never really felt like I fit in with people my age, or that I always seemed to be more mature and responsible than the people I was around with. They just never seemed to connect with me or match my vibe or see things from my point of view. I wish some people would understand that not every man is after sex and not every woman is after money. Some just need a peace of mind and true love. Growing up, I didn't really have any role models. I grew up having and seeing people I didn't want to be like, seeing situations that I would never want to be in. Not all of us are dealt the right cards in life, but as I said before, that doesn't mean you can't reshuffle your deck for a better outcome. Just because your life seems screwed up now and you've been having bad days, doesn't mean it won't get better, or that you can't choose or change your happiness or path. Life knocks us down a lot. All we can do is get right back up and keep on fighting for better days and never quit. Sometimes I wonder why people put their whole life on social media and at times lie about their life, meaning things they do now, places they've been or are going to, cars they drive, the way they look, people they met or know now, people they are seeing or dating, where they work, the type of income they are making, and the list goes on. I mean, I see it every day now. People really do put their entire life online for the world to see. They post locations they are at, where they are going, plans they might have for the day or week, pictures of their kids, their family, foods they are currently eating, the people they're with, people they're dating or talking to, personal life problems and situations they are in, even when they are going to the bathroom, what clothes they are wearing, or outfit they are buying, what they are watching on TV. I mean, guys, when I say everything, I mean it. Their whole daily life routine. I always wondered why, though. I mean, what's the point? Having the world see and know your every move and daily routine. As painful this may sound and awful to say, but the truth is, no one really cares about what's going on in your life, what you are doing nowadays, what food you're eating, who you are dating, places you're going, where you live, what problems you may have. People have their own life and problems to worry about. And deep down, even if they seem like they do care, some really don't. And I'm sorry, but that's really reality and the cold truth. Now, I'm not saying that that's always the case. At times, it can be the complete opposite of what I just said. There can be people who truly care for you and support you and know you and worry. And even those who may be jealous of you or dislike you or hate on you may be always watching you and follow you and really care about what's going on with your life. I guess everyone has their own opinion and reasons. Everything is a competition in this world. Sometimes people post things that are happening in their life to impress others or make someone jealous. Everyone is always judging you, yes, you, and myself included. I mean, everyone does, whether we like it or not. Sometimes you just can't help it or control it. People will always try to be better than someone else they may know or do better no matter what it is in life. Everyone wants to be number one and perfect. I feel people who wear certain things, whether it's makeup, wigs, implants, or whatever, do so to look and feel better and make themselves more attractive or feel good about themselves. Sometimes they may be self conscious and feel judged by others and feel the need to make themselves accepting and more attractive for the world to accept them. And at times it can be the total opposite, and people do such things for themselves and only them because it makes them feel good and happy, no matter what others may think or say. The way the world is today, I don't think I would want to share my life and personal things online for the world to see. We live in a crazy world, and people may use that information they learn or know about you for not so good intentions. But those are just my thoughts. Everyone has their reasons and opinions to make their own choice. People screw up in life, and sometimes they screw up big. Have you ever committed a crime or done something bad and got away with it without paying any consequences? But then years later, as time passes by, those bad things you've done in the past and thought it was forgotten, or even you yourself forgot about it, creeps its way back into your life, just as things were going good for you, and you learn from your mistakes and know what you did was wrong. But now the time has come to pay for your actions. I guess what I'm trying to say is a lot can happen in life, and you will have dark days and be tempted to do things that you know you shouldn't. Always think twice before you do something and think about the consequences or how it might affect you in the future. Don't ruin your life over something stupid. Don't waste it sitting in a cell or at home alone thinking how you gave up your life for something that probably wasn't worth it. I would like to give a toast to all the men and women who haven't been feeling okay and dealing with multiple things and juggling life, feeling tired and drained but still get up every day and refuse to quit. You guys are the real VIPs. Let your love be stronger than your hate or anger. Learn the wisdom of compromise, for it is better to bend a little than break. Believe the best rather than the worst. People have a way of living up or down to your opinion of them. People can say the right things or even do the right things, but what that person does consistently is who they really are. You weren't created to be used. You were created to be valued and respected. Don't let people use you. Remember that true friendship is the basis for any long-lasting relationship. Losing someone is one of the worst things to happen, especially just before the holidays. One second we are here, and the next we are gone. Live life with no regrets. Never go to bed angry, and always say I love you to the ones you love. We just never know. It can be the last time you might ever see them or talk to them ever again. I notice at times when I'm depressed or sad, I usually just end up sitting home alone, watching TV, and eating my life away, or at times even starving myself. Although it may suck at times, but no matter how depressed you are or sad you feel, you need to find a way and force yourself out of your home. Snap out of it. Motivate yourself to go out and do something to help you feel better. If not, you will continue to sit, eat all day, being depressed, and now gaining weight, which will probably make you even more depressed. It won't be easy, but when you're feeling down, you have to force yourself to get up and out. Do or find something that will make you happy and change your mood. If you don't, I'm sorry, but you would just remain sad and depressed until you yourself find your motivation and do something about it. I at times find myself alone, maybe at a cemetery with the dead, just hanging out with the animals or walking through nature, taking a hike, just vibing and connecting with them. Because to be honest, people suck. And at times they can just drain everything out of you. I guess I just like the peace and it helps me clear my mind and refocus on reevaluate my life. Helps me feel connected more to nature and to appreciate life. We all have a toxic trait. I realize over time that some people's problem is that they forgive but don't forget. Then they unforgive and get mad again because they think about that time and when that certain person did them dirty, used them, betrayed them, or were unfair. I know we all feel like this, and it's something that I still struggle with at times. But I just try my best to be the better person. I truly believe that each of us should celebrate one full month or even a year to be selfish. I know I owe a lot of things to myself. I just feel at times we all need a break from helping everyone else and just focus on yourself for a change. We really deserve it. I really get annoyed when we have such ridiculous laws or rules that make no sense or are used to control you or that are very silly or dumb. But we then have some other things that should require or be made into a law. Do you guys understand what I mean? We all have a right and a choice to have children of our own, but I just believe some people in the world should never have kids, or just because you can have them doesn't mean you should. It's funny how we all secretly have a dirty mind. I personally believe women have the dirtiest, that pretend to be all innocent. I often catch myself laughing at the wrong occasion. Has that ever happened to you? Or are you kidding? Of course it has. Happens to all of us. You know it's sad that in today's world we still have racism. I believe God made one race, the human race. Humans created racism and has torn this world apart. Sometimes I feel like it's best for people not to talk about their goals and should just move in silence, focusing on the walk and not the talk. People at times can be a distraction or be negative and can slow you down on reaching your goals. I just feel at times it's better to focus on your dreams and goals until you accomplish them, then surprise and let others know what you have done or succeeded in. People need to stop wondering if they are good enough for other people and start wondering if those people are good enough for them. Do you listen to music? I do all the time. Sometimes I feel that music has a way of expressing feelings and emotions that I can relate to and understand how I feel or what I'm going through or thinking depending on my situation. Really makes you think about life and the path you're taking. At times we as parents forget to take time of our busy day to spend quality time and talk to and listen to our kids. I believe it's really important we don't forget what really matters is family and being there for your kids, experiencing life and enjoying time and little moments together. Because believe it or not, kids grow up fast and then it's too late. I also realize that we can get so frustrated at times. Maybe because you had a bad day at work, not in a good mood, or just simply having a bad day. And when our kids want to simply ask us a question or show us something, that we tend to take our anger or frustration out on them, and even at times not realizing it. And to me, that is not fair. It is not their fault that you are having a bad day, or things don't seem to be going the way you expected. Sometimes we need to pause and apologize to them and help them understand the reason you're upset or yelled, or the reason you reacted. Even at times it may be their fault, but I still don't think that gives us the right to treat them that way. They are human too and have feelings, and at times don't understand what's going on around them. We throw tantrums as adults all the time. Why can't our kids do it? My point is, don't treat your kids in a way or talk to them in a way that you wouldn't like to be treated as. We have a choice to handle a situation in a calm, pleasant, adult like manner, or in an uncontrolled, loud, and chaotic manner. It is okay to yell or punish your children from time to time if they did something to deserve it. But I guess what I'm trying to say is just watch how we treat, talk, or say to them in those moments. Kids are sensitive and can shut down from their parents and not want to come to them or talk to them about anything due to fear of how we may react or not understand. Sometimes we have to go back as kids and put ourselves in their shoes and see things from their point of view. No kid should ever have to wait for their parents to be and act like parents. You ever get tired of doing the same thing every day? It seems like all we do is get up, go to work, come home, take care of all the chores and house needs, tend to the children and get them situated if you have any, pay bills, cook, go back to work, continue to stay broke, never go anywhere really, or enjoy life. I mean, does it ever end? There has to be more to life, doesn't it? As I mentioned before, it all depends on you. You're the only one who can make that change to improve and better your life. Save money. Don't waste it on unnecessary things or material things. Set your priorities straight. Set a goal and go for it. Never give up. It won't be easy, but if you really want to be happier and better your life, nothing will stop you from reaching your dreams but you. We all have secrets that we will never tell another soul and most likely take to our graves. Sometimes it makes me wonder if we really know our friends and family. Do you really know anyone in life? Even in public, meeting or sitting next to a stranger, they can be a murderer, psychopath, thief, rapist. I mean, we would never know, and we walk by them, talk to them, and see them every day. Just another crazy random thought of mine, I guess. But I'm sure other people have thought and wondered about it as well. Your next chapter in life is going to make some people wish they had treated you better in this chapter. Stay focused, have hope, and believe in yourself. People need to remember that having a place to go is a home, having someone to love is family, and having both is a blessing. Be grateful and thankful for the things and people you have now in your life. Walk away from people who put you down. Walk away from fights that will never be resolved. Walk away from trying to please people who will never see your worth. The more you walk away from things that poison your soul, the healthier you will be. I hate violence. I hate seeing people fight or argue, people disagreeing, people blaming and accusing others, seeing people sad or depressed. I'm the type of person who always did things for others so they wouldn't have to, or to avoid a problem between people. I would take care of something between two people who refused to or did not want to do a certain thing or chore, just to avoid and not see them argue or fight or make things awkward or lose a friendship over something silly or simple, such as taking out the trash, cleaning something out, washing dishes, or doing a favor. It never bothered me doing these things for people because I loved and enjoyed to help others when I can. I like to see and make others happy. It always gives me pleasure helping people. I guess I just feel like I understand when someone isn't in a mood or being lazy or don't want to do their part. We go through a lot in life and at times just feel like we need lazy days. I hate feeling certain ways. I guess I offer to help or volunteer to do things just so others who don't really want to won't have to. And as I said, I really don't mind it. And it never bothered me doing things and helping others. I just want to see people happy and enjoy their life to the fullest. Even if it means at times that I have to sacrifice my spare time or happiness. Because sometimes it does happen, unfortunately. I am also human and have feelings and thoughts as everyone else. Well, almost everyone. But at the same time, I am happy because I know I am helping someone or making them happy, and the thought of that brings me joy. At times, I just wish we can bring back real friendships and families acting like family. People are so fake and cold. It's really sad and depressing, honestly. Don't allow someone to treat you poorly just because you love them. Sometimes people become so hurt and abused that they no longer are sad. They become numb and realize somehow that being numb is worse. People need to think that if they decide to talk bad about someone or do something crazy to them, you better make sure that they aren't crazier than you are. Remember, people are crazy and we live in a dangerous world. Is it worth the risk? I have gone through a lot in life. I'm strong because I have been weak. I'm fearless because I have been afraid. I'm wise because I have been foolish. I'm sure a lot of us can relate to this. We all have flaws. I sure do. No one is perfect. There are laws I have broke. There's dues I have paid. Scars that I have there. Lessons I have learned. Problems I still have. But that's life and I still love it. I have learned to be and stay humble, stay focused, and stay in my own lane. I just wish others would do the same. As you get older, you will come to realize that sitting in your own house, alone in peace or with loved ones, watching a movie, eating snacks, minding your own business, is priceless. Have you ever noticed that we have a little bright spark in us when we are not hating, hurting, bitter, miserable, or unorganized? You should try it and see for yourself. You ever feel like your kids watch too much TV? Or even yourself? I know I'm guilty of this. Sometimes I feel that we get so busy or distracted by everything going on in our life that we use the TV as a babysitter or excuse to relax or not do much of anything. Why not try to set a schedule for your kids or yourself and set a time limit? Take a break from watching TV all day and go outside and play or go for a walk. Reading a book or practice writing and drawing. Do a project together. Play a board game. Make some crafts. Just something to keep them occupied and learning or exploring new things. TV can be good, but too much of anything can end up being not so good. Why is it funny when we see others get hurt or in pain, but not as funny when we are on the other receiving end? I don't know. I just feel bad when someone is doing something or being foolish and end up hurting themselves, and their pain becomes my laughter. I know we all do it, but I just never really understood why, besides the fact of it being funny some way. I find it interesting that in certain situations, when people say that they don't care, that deep down they really do, and it's just trying, too afraid or strong to admit it. Guys, you only live once. I know I've said it a few times, but I just can't stress it enough. But if you do it right, once is enough. To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people only exist, and that's all they ever do. Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. Remember that. The best way to predict the future is to invent it yourself. If you ever feel down and want to lift yourself up, lift up someone else, and I bet you will feel better. Life is a four-letter word that is complicated enough that no one will ever decode its true meaning. Whether you were born into a wealthy family or a poor one, your life will be full of ups and downs. The goal in life is to minimize it down and live a happy and inspiring existence. Some people wish their life will work out the way they want it to be. But let me ask you a simple question. Would you watch a movie with a predictable plot? Life at times won't go as planned, but sometimes that can be a good thing. Sometimes the wrong choice brings us to the right places. Life is like riding a bicycle. In order to have balance, you have to keep moving. As I mentioned before, things in life will always be changing. Friends will come and go, but remember, life stops for nobody. In the end, it's not the years in your life that count, it's the life in those years that do. We all have two lives. The second one starts when we realize we only have one. We as humans always have something to say, whether it be good or bad. But we have to watch is what we say and practice what we preach. Our true character is what we do when we think no one is looking or watching us. Even though this is true, I still think it's sad that people will only do good deeds or pretend to only because others are watching. But I wonder and hope if they would do the same if no one was. Time is free, but it's also priceless. They say time is money, but time is limited. And money is infinite. Remember, as I said before, you can get your money back, but you can never get your time back. So don't waste it. We all have secrets and lie a lot about things. I don't think you can tell the truth every time. Sometimes it will lead you to more troubles. Little white lies here and there is no big deal, right? I mean, we all do it, even if we don't want to or like it. Eventually, you will end up where you need to be in life, with who you're meant to be with, and doing what you should be doing. We need to learn to love ourselves first, because in the end, that's who you will spend the rest of your life with. Life can be really simple, but we insist on making it so complicated. You ever thought about that before? I believe one of the happiest moments in life is when you come to realize and finally let go of the things and people we can't change or control and move on with your life. Every day is a new day, and you will never be happy if you don't learn to move on. I believe love is our true destiny. We do not find the meaning of life by ourselves alone. We find it with another. I try to make myself so happy that other people who look at me or are surrounded by me are happy and make my happiness contagious. That's all I ever wanted in this world. Inside the ball, it's for everyone, every single soul, to be happy and spread love and joy. When I say I love you to someone, I truly mean it. Sometimes I feel like the words I love you is thrown around like nothing. And people just say it because that's what people do or say, but never think about or realize the true meaning, almost as if it was just another word. I love you for me means that I accept you for the person that you are, and that I don't wish to change you into someone else. It means that I do not expect perfection from you, just as you don't expect it from me. I love you means that I will love you and stand by you, even through the worst times. Loving you when you are in a bad mood or too tired to do the things I want to do. It means loving you when you are down and not just when you're fun to be with. As I said before, true love means to love and work at it and fight for it every day, no matter how hard things get. When I say I love you, I do it and say it with a full heart, even when we might have a love and hate relationship at times. We are always one decision away from a totally different life. To me personally, there is nothing more beautiful than someone who goes out of their way to make life beautiful for others. I truly admire those kind of people and wish we had more like them. Well, guys, it's time to wrap this up. I can go on about life and the world we live in, but I'm afraid it will never end. I also tried my best not to make this too long, due to the fact that not a lot of people enjoy reading or audio listening anymore and can get bored easily. But I think I fell that part. But I believe it was worth it. Besides, I think you see and understand my point. I hope you enjoyed and learned a few things while listening to this. If this audio helped you in any way, I hope for you to pass it on and share with friends and families, even people you may not know, and hopefully it will help them too. I tend to get sidetracked or lose my train of thought or miss the point of what I was trying to make. So I do apologize again if you had trouble following. Now as we begin coming to an end of this, I know many people who might listen to this and just forget about it and go on with life. Please don't. If anything in here helped you or taught you anything in any way, use it, follow it, pass it on. Re-listen to it from time to time to refresh yourself and use it as a guide in life. Don't listen to what I just said here and forget about it tomorrow. Motivate yourself to do better and live a good, happy, fulfilling life. It's time to live your life the way you imagined it. Don't waste it another second and make it happen. You can do it. Everything in here is from all the good and bad things in my life. Things I have seen, experienced, hearing other people's stories and problems, the hell and struggles I have been through and seen, the troubles and pain I have witnessed people go through, all the positive and negative things I have experienced, the amazing people I have been lucky and fortunate to meet, the wisdom, knowledge, and secrets of the elders, universe, mine. And I just want to thank everyone in my life and other people around the world who have inspired me and taught me and motivate me to write this. I give credit to all of you. All these thoughts at night that didn't let me sleep, thinking of all the things I have seen or heard and believed in, things we all see, deal with every day, both positive and negative, and the truth of how the world really is and how life can truly be inside the ball. I just feel like I guess the point to all this was to help send a message and guide and help people understand what life can be like and things to expect. And when things don't seem to be going right or they feel unhappy, hopefully this audio can help remind that other people go through the same thing. You are not alone. Yes, the world is scary and confusing, but your life doesn't have to be. And there is so much more to it. a place to come back to and listen, or reflect on and get a better understanding of what life is about. Have faith in life. Be humble, trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. Find your true self and happiness. Live your life to the fullest. Love each other and be kind to one another. Help spread love and joy all across the world. You are the creator of your own world and happiness. Stay positive, imagine it, really want it, and it will happen. I wish you all peace, luck, and happiness. It's time to live and make a change. It's time to wake up. Thank you for your time.